I hope you guys had fun. We've been watching movies late at night, and I hope to see you guys at Bonsai, motherfucker! What's that? Oh, you look a little flustered there, my boy. Well, say goodbye to watching movies late at night, you fuckhead! It's just a dream. It's just a fucking nightmare. I didn't get shot by some random dude after all. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell? Hello and welcome to Watch Movies Late at Night. Tonight we're going to take a look at the semi-sequel or remake or reboot or reimagining or whatever the fuck you want to call it of the 1976 film The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
The movie we're looking at tonight was directed by Alfonso Gomez-Rejon, I don't fucking know, who's notable for directing several episodes of American Horror Story's COVID miniseries.
Because the story of a struggling writer trying to finish his movie and getting involved with a cult is seriously the best horror story they could think of. Jeez, what an idiotic premise for a show that I have clearly seen. And it's not like I'm trying to make a reference or something.
Speaking of American Horror Story, another one of the movie's producers, Ryan Murphy, is actually the co-creator of the show.
And since, like I said, I've clearly seen that show, I felt obligated to tell you that. Now, let's move on to business. Remember how I said The Town That Dreaded Sundown that we're looking at is a sequel something?
Well, The Town That Dreaded Sundown is none more than a semi-remake and sequel of The Town That Dreaded Sundown, as The Town That Dreaded Sundown is based upon the events of The Town That Dreaded Sundown, but isn't set in the same universe as The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Yeah, confusing enough? That's exactly why you shouldn't name your fucking reimagining, remake, reboot, whatever the fuck this is, the same exact thing as your movie, unless you're... You know what? I shouldn't even be talking about titles, okay? There's movie titles way dumber. Like Big Tit Zombie. Surprisingly, that fucking exists, and... yeah.
But as I had said before, The Town That Dreaded Sundown is based upon the original 1976 film, but now in the way that is being depicted as real.
Now, seeing how the original Texarkana murders were what was apparently being loosely based in the original film, I think that this reimagining, re-sequel fuckery is far more than being loose.
The original is also apparently notable by being an example of an early slasher film, having come out shortly after Black Christmas, but also before Halloween.
Fuck's sake! I honestly thought we were gonna escape from the string of fucking slasher, sequel, remake stuff that I usually do on this godforsaken show. Honestly, seriously, look, the first review I did, American Psycho 2, that was a bad sequel. Then comes Psycho 1998 and 2005's House of Wax. Both are shitty fucking remakes. Now here comes the 2014 version of The Town That Dreaded Sundown, and guess fucking what? It's both of them combined. It's both a shitty sequel and a shitty fucking remake. A bit. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay? Let's finally take a look at the 2014 version of The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
So the film starts with, oh, what the fuck is going on? Ghosts? Heavy breathing? What? Oh, it's just the production logo.
What kind of fucking production logo was that? It's like what the fuck? Seriously, what was wrong with the simple logo fading like 99% of the people who fucking do this? God, these guys went above and beyond for their fucking logo. You guys better hire them. They know how to use fucking Unity 3D.
Anyways, the film starts off the same way the original did, with a narration about the Texarkana Moonlight murders, and mentions the original film too. But, no, this is what truly happened, because that's what the narrator says.
Texarkana is a place haunted by its past, defined by a mystery that was never solved, and a tragedy that could never be forgotten. The following happened in Texarkana last year.
Did it really?
No, it really didn't.
Oh. Okay.
So then we see a screening of the original movie, and we see our cast of characters, including Jamie, portrayed by Addison Timlin, and Corey, being played by Spencer Trick-or-Treat Clark, who is such a good actor that on IMDb, he even played a role in 1964, more than 20 years before he was actually born. Anyways, the couple leaves, and while doing so, the camera moves on to show the rest of the cast for some reason. Thanks, I guess. Corey and Jamie then head out, and while doing so, the movie Dutch angles the shit out of us!
Seriously? What the fuck is the point of using a goddamn Dutch angle for something as mundane as two people driving in a fucking car? Dutch angles are supposed to be used to make people feel uneasy. And the only thing I can think of to be unfucking easy about is the fact that they're using a Dutch angle of two people fucking driving! It makes no sense! What's the point?
So you know what you should do after you watch a horror film that's set in your town and was even based on real murders?
Why, you should go to the place where that uncaught killer has been known to get his victims, and hell, even do the same things that you would get killed for in the movie.
And what a surprise, the killer from the movie is there watching them, but Corey suspiciously just brushes him off.
He's just a peeping Tom. He's not gonna do anything.
Yup, dressed up as that serial killer you just saw in that fucking movie must be a peeping Tom, am I right?
So the Phantom Killer seems to have jumped from the cinema and now is making Corey take off his pants.
Take your pants off.
Yeah, I mean... What?
Take off your fucking pants.
Well, if you say so.
Then right after Corey takes off his pants, the Phantom tells Jamie to turn around. Now, why did the Phantom want Corey to take off his pants and to tell Jamie to turn around?
Obviously, he's gonna go dip a banana in some chocolate fucking fudge. The fuck you think he was gonna do, huh?
Oh, sorry. Anyways, Jamie runs away but eventually gets caught. But does the Phantom kill her off?
Yes, he does. That's why she's still so prominent in that movie trailer.
Instead, the Phantom just breathes in her face like this is some ASMR video and then tells her to make them remember Mary.
This is for Mary. Make them remember.
After that, it cuts to the drive-in screening and the titles. Okay, did a fucking young James Rolfe make these goddamn title cards? But that doesn't matter as Jamie emerges from the woods and is taken to the hospital. Later on, she's home watching the news story about her boyfriend's murder until her grandma turns it off and just walks away.
God, what a dick. I wanted the movie to further point out the parallels between itself and the original. Now we'll never ever see that ever again. What? Oh, that happens pretty much the whole fucking runtime? Okay, thanks, movie.
Jamie asks her grandma about the murders, and she just tells them that.
I remember my mama once said that it was like the town was being tested and nobody knew why. Even the grown-ups were scared.
What? Even the grown-ups? Oh, gee golly gee Wilkes, call the constable. The grown-ups are scared. No one fucking cares.
Grandma then tells about the effects the killer had done to the town of Texarkana.
You know, before that summer, everybody would leave their doors unlocked. And after the summer, you saw a stranger. You wouldn't wave hello. You just cross the street.
So the town went from a home invader's wet dream to any old regular town in the United States, I guess.
And then the movie cuts to Jamie crying in the shower.
Which is what I do on a regular basis.
To which then it cuts to Jamie researching the movie and the murders through the magic of Infomania.
Seriously, Infomania? That's the best they can come up with? Oh, whatever. It's also nice to see that the people over there in Infomania love to romanticize their subjects rather than, I don't know, stick to the facts and not write everything out like a fucking romance novel. Seriously, no joke. It says, their world was an oyster. The fuck? Who the fuck is writing this shit?
But meanwhile, in a distant motel with a house by the side of it, a returning soldier and his girlfriend fuck. But that ends as the Phantom cuts off the soldier's head and begins to chase his girlfriend. The girl then escapes through the window, but her ankle gets really broken.
It's just a small sprain. Just walk it off.
But then she dies, yeah. But later on, Jamie then gets a call from Corey? Plus, am I willing to believe that a teenager in 2013 has this kind of cell phone and not a smartphone?
I am very much disappointed in you, movie. You try to stay realistic to us and give us an accurate depiction of what really happened. And yet you couldn't even give this teenage girl a proper phone? Are you shitting me? And plus, there's no explicit mentions of any social network feeds through a stupid reference or through a stupid fucking joke. So, the Town That Dreaded Sundown 2014, yeah, my suspension of disbelief has been broken. Fuck you.
But what do you do when somebody you know is dead but is calling you? You answer the call, of course.
Yeah, really. That's what you would do.
In the following day, a town meeting is held about what to do about the murders.
Every time we show that GD movie, there's a GD party out there. And while you're at it, why don't you tear down that statue of Jim Bowie? Isn't he holding one of them GD knives? Why don't you rip that down?
Now, what in the name of fuck is GD? Green Day? Graphics design? Urban Dictionary? Tell us what it means.
It apparently means gangsta disciple.
What the? I mean, GD, I don't know. I don't know about the context, so.
Afterwards, Jamie then comes to research about the Phantom Killer by visiting the archives where she meets...
Hi.
Really hoping that there's no relationship or connection that's gonna brew between these two or anything. No, don't be preposterous. Preposterous.
While that's going on, just like in the original movie, a Texas Ranger called the Lone Wolf comes to investigate the case.
Get it? Because the name of the real investigator was also Lone Wolf? Which, by the way, makes no sense whatsoever, because if this is supposed to be settling in reality, how is it a coincidence that he also has the same name as the investigator from the original and in real life? I mean, seriously, it's pretty dumb.
He even calls this skinny guy over here Sparkplug, like in the original, which is funny because in reality, Sparkplug didn't even exist. That, and also because Lone Wolf over here later says that he hasn't even seen the movie. So how he knew to call him that is way beyond us. So is it just another pesky coincidence?
No.
Back at the archives, Jamie is trying to work over here, but Nick is just constantly spewing exposition.
So, a character named Nick, okay, and he's spewing out information that we could literally give less of a fuck about? Man, it's like we never stopped watching House of Wax.
At home, Jamie looks in her email and apparently gets an email from the Phantom Killer, which, by the way, you should email him at phantom@anonymous.web.
I don't know what's more stupid, the fact that the killer is emailing Jamie, or that his fucking email is phantom@anonymous.web.
Jamie, of course, takes the serial killer email to the police, but one of them seems to be a bit skeptical.
Now, look, I can understand how this can be upsetting, but it's also most likely a fake.
Yes, disregarding any types of possible evidence to, I don't know, help us possibly crack open this fucking case. We truly have the greatest police force here in fucking Texarkana.
But Mr. Scary Movie 3 over here assures about Jamie, wanting to hear about whatever she wants to say. She then presents a theory about who it could possibly be, one of the original suspect's son.
What if it's him? That the passing of his father set him off, and he came back here to finish his father's work.
Benjamin Sewell did have a son, Miss Lerner, but he died in a bar fight 2 years ago.
He did?
After that disappointing Five Nights at Freddy's theory went to waste, Jamie goes home to find Nick and introduces him to her grandmother.
Grandma, this is...
Nick Strain. I went to the same high school as Jamie.
And in high school, he was named Dick Stain because... that's high school.
Meanwhile, the lone wolf is actually watching the movie, and this is what I was talking about earlier, one of the stupidest kills I've ever seen in a fucking movie. The Phantom Killer puts a knife on the trombone and plays it, and while playing it, stabs it over and over to this girl's back. Clearly, this intrigues Mr. Scary Movie 4.
I also like how there's film deterioration, like when he's watching it on the TV. I mean... it makes no sense considering how he's watching it through a DVD player. And all the copies of DVDs, from what I know of The Town That Dreaded Sundown, I'm pretty sure they shouldn't be this bad quality to have film deterioration, since mine didn't have that. But, film deterioration because it's 1976!
Jamie and Nick are then at Alamo High School to go and remember the victims of the Phantom's 2013 killings. But while there, the Phantom himself makes an appearance? Yes, and he gets shot.
What you say? Oh, that you only meant.
Wow, what an anticlimactic ending. Well, we've been watching movies late at night and hope to see you guys at dawn. See ya. It's still going on, isn't it? It's still fucking going on. Fuck you so fucking much.
It turns out that this was just the edgelord kid that we saw at the beginning of the movie, and just saw for a few seconds earlier walking past the characters.
Great. Glad we had his contribution to the fucking film.
But that doesn't matter because we also have to make even more references to the original by having a super big band playing. Except that here, one of the town's mayors is told that the fake Phantom was shot, which obviously prompts her to tell these two boys to play a danceable song.
Now, we've had a quiet night here, but I do believe that it would be appropriate for us to have a little music that we could dance to. So, gentlemen, I'm gonna lead you off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Afterwards, the two boys head out listening to some questionable music.
Right here.
Teenage boys don't listen, like, I don't know anybody who listens to that shit, especially those two. What are those two, gay or something?
The two boys don't go home, but instead drive to a junkyard for some fucking reason. Here, one of the film's most defining moments come into play.
So, I thought maybe you could, go down there and suck it.
I was joking, movie! You really didn't have to make them gay! Well, they were listening to that kind of music, so.
The Phantom then comes, clearly not advocating homosexuality, and then remakes the dumbest kill ever that we saw a few minutes ago.
Oh, so that's why those two were playing the trombone, just like in the original with that one girl and her boyfriend. Another fucking remake kill. God fucking damn it, man.
Also, does nobody else notice that they were about to suck each other off in front of a fucking picture of a reverend? But yes, this scene basically just remakes the trombone scene from the original, but now with gay boys and gore.
Yes! That's exactly what the original lacked. Awkward gay teens and gore. Yeah! Seriously though, what the fuck?
The following day has one of the police officers tell Jamie about the trombone murders the previous night, and that it happened after Jamie saw the fake Phantom get killed. Then the movie references the original once more, and while that's going on, Nick was just trying to get it on, right?
What are you doing? No, it's not okay.
I thought
I can't believe you just did that.
Oh man, I really thought a girl who just had her boyfriend killed would be really into me, but I guess not.
Don't worry, Nick. You'll live long enough to see that actually happen. Spoilers, he doesn't.
But later on at the town's church, the police come to talk to the Reverend to discuss the email that was sent to Jamie earlier. And apparently, it was actually sent from the Reverend himself.
Okay, movie. You're trying to sell this. Okay, that this actually happened, okay? That this actually happened. The smartphone thing, I was joking. I could get past that, but are you really telling me
Phantom and Anonymous.web.
his email is... Are you fucking serious?
Oh wait, he did have it because all he really wanted was for his church to be full and active again.
Okay, cool and all, but how did he get Jamie's email in the first place? I guess anonymous.web has to be some sort of deep net shit or something, I don't know.
It's now Christmas Eve for the town of Texarkana, and that means one of their sheriffs is getting a nice little present. Until his eye is shot out.
Yep, this is another scene recreated from the original, except that the guy wasn't getting sucked off. Instead, he was reading a newspaper. You know, this constant rehash of the original events totally isn't getting tiresome or anything.
So yeah, the chase scene from original, blah blah blah, but in the morning, the neighbors who I guess can sleep through gunshots and screaming, wakes up to see this. Oh no, I didn't put that scarecrow there. Meanwhile, Jamie and Nick go to interview the son of the original film's director. He suggests a theory that maybe, just maybe, the Phantom is actually the grandson of the final victim to the Phantom Killer, who is lost to history. So lost that the name he gives,
Hank McCready,
isn't even mentioned anywhere on the Wikipedia page because, you know, all this really happened, remember?
Mr. Pierce, I've read everything there is to read on this. I've never even heard of this Hank McCready.
Mainly because he never existed. At Jamie's house, she comes home to her grandma finding out about her acceptance to South Harmon Institute of Technology and wants her to leave Texarkana the following day.
Grandma, I just met somebody and I think
I am not going to let this mess be the most important thing in your life.
Yeah, trying to solve an age-old murder case or anything isn't as important as spending 4 years in college and getting thousands and thousands of dollars in student debt. Come on, Jamie. Think straight.
So Jamie tells Nick that she's leaving and they have sex. But then she has a dream about Corey, so she probably imagined him doing it instead of Nick. Afterwards, Nick leaves, but doesn't leave through the front because he needed to be killed off. Which, by the way, he actually does. Jamie and her grandma then stop at a gas station, probably for a new fan belt, but then everybody starts to get picked off by Lee Phantom Oswald over here. Jamie then grabs her grandma's purse and another chase scene happens. But eventually she drops the damn purse, which has a gun in it, because...
I guess she had it in case the Phantom got her, like, I guess right now, but, I mean, we never really saw her do firearms training, so who knows what could happen if she shot it and, I don't know, she shoots badly, the recoil might fucked up on her, blast her in the fucking face or something, I don't know. But, like I said, could be for self-defense, but you really couldn't just afford a mace?
Eventually, Jamie escapes through a hole in the fence, and there's a hole in the fence because...
it's convenient for the plot.
So, like in the original, the main characters end up chasing the killer by the train. Instead that here, Jamie is being chased by the killer, and find Nick's body parts sliced and diced by the railroad tracks.
You know, it's only been a few hours since Nick died. I mean, how did the Phantom Killer get enough time to chop up his body and go off to the railroad tracks to get him and then go back to fight Jamie? I mean, what is there, like 2 fucking killers or something this whole time? What is this, Scream?
Jamie does manage to run off to a riverside, but is crippled by the Robin Hood of Texarkana here, and then the film's twist happens, that there really was 2 Phantom Killers in the whole time!
This is movie know what jokes are!
And as it turns out, both of the killers were people that she was really in close contact with, like the cop and even her boyfriend.
And she saw her boyfriend die. Jesus fucking Christ, this movie is basically Scream. It has the fucking boyfriends, the 2 killer twist, and all that shit. It's basically Scream without the satire. What the fuck?
So Jamie asked Corey why he had done this.
Why did you do it?
Peer pressure.
Oh, you might think I just did a stupid little edit there, but honestly, what he actually says in the movie is basically the same fucking thing.
But Corey eventually gets shot in by Copy Boy over here, just so he can further frame the story out, since like with Scream, he has to tell his plan to his victim, for some fucking reason.
Because how else could this film have gotten that story down, huh? It's not like this film has a narrator or something.
The cop then turns Jamie over and prepares to kill her, but...
Thing is out.
And the most bullshit kill ever to happen in a horror film goes to... the 2014 version of the Town That Dreaded Sundown. Congratulations. That was so fucking dumb.
Alright, seriously, this is bullshit. First off, he's a fucking cop. He basically apprehended this person, so he probably knows the procedure to doing this. One of the rules to this has to make sure that the weapon is far away as possible to the person you're apprehending, in order to prevent something exactly like this.
Now, I'm not rooting for him to live at all, but seriously? Are you fucking serious, bro?
But yes, she shoots him in the fucking head with a one-liner, and it's not even as dramatic as it could possibly be.
Plus, another thing is, he's sitting on her fucking legs. Sitting on her legs gives her an opportunity to swerve her body over and you're fucking dead. So, and this guy was supposed to be a fucking police officer too. Seriously? Are you fucking shitting me? Or is this another Scream reference where he's a newbie to the force, so he doesn't really know the full procedures of anything?
Second off, what the fuck happened? We never see her grabbing the fucking gun, the one shot that shows her looking at it, and the next shot shows her having it, but never actually grabbing the gun in her fucking hands.
I guess you can say that I dreaded watching The Town That Dreaded Sundown. To be honest, if you want to learn about the Texarkana murders, look it up on Wikipedia or, better yet, Infomania. I recommend you watch the original movie, and you check out a documentary called Killer Legends. It touches upon the Texarkana murders and does some really cool stuff about it. Anyways, we've been watching movies late at night and hope to see you guys at dawn. Now, excuse me. I'm gonna go cry in the shower.